Playing with Warner, what kind of dynamics does that bring to the Australian team?
Oh, I think the important thing is left and right hand combination. So bowlers can't tend to settle in for a hell of a long time. I think we're both very attacking players, I think, which helps take pressure off each other at different times. I mean, 2020 cricket is a hard game, and to be able to hit the ball from ball one is quite a tough challenge. So I mean, to be able to have somebody who's as attacking as Dave to bat with, he helps take a lot of pressure off me, and it's a nice place, it's a nice person to bat with, and I think a lot of the time teams are so worried about the damage that he can do that they tend to forget about me, which is a nice feeling, and just try and fly under the radar sometimes.
Are there discussions between you two, depending on the momentum of an innings, while you're both out there? I mean, you might take a back seat or he might take the back seat. Will you discuss it at all mid-pitch?
No, we've batted together for quite a while. We've known each other for the best part of 15 years now. We grew up playing against each other from schoolboys stuff through to the Australian under-19s growing up. So I mean, that's such a luxury to have. And I've batted with Dave a lot, so it's not something that we tend to talk about. I think we've both played so much 2020 cricket now that you sort of just get that feel. When Davey Warner's on, you know it. So it's just about trying to get off strike, and so I think it's having that kind of relationship and that kind of partnership that allows you. You don't need to speak about things like that most of the time. It's just something that happens, I think, and yeah, like I said, it's a pretty incredible experience when Davey's on, and you get the best seat in the house at the other end.
Have you seen him in as good touch as he is in at the moment?
I think stats-wise it's been phenomenal. I think the way that he's dominated Test cricket, which has probably always been where the question marks were, but I think what we've seen with his technique and the transformation of his attitude, I think towards batting has been phenomenal. I think his defence has tightened up so much. He's so aggressive still, which is still allowing his natural flair to come through, and the way that he's scoring, he's striking at 85-90 in Test cricket, I don't think too many people have had a career at the top. Maybe Sehwag as the only player who can damage teams as quickly and win a game by themselves, basically. And I mean, any time that you have a guy like that in your side, it's a great luxury to have. And I think with our 2020 side, we're lucky that we're able to have a couple of guys. When you look, you've got Warner, Watson, Maxwell, Bailey. I mean, any one of them can win a game in a couple of overs. So I think that's a great luxury to have in our side at the moment.
When Warner attempts something like what he did in South Africa recently, hit a six right-handed, does it force you also to maybe compete with him and go left-handed?
The day you start trying to compete with Davey Warner is the day that your career will go downhill pretty quick. There's a reason why he can play them shots. He's a phenomenal player, and he's an unbelievable talent. So I don't go near them shots too often.
How much does he train for that in the nets?
Yeah, quite a bit. I think we've seen him be quite successful at it in the past in Champions League and against India and Australia. And it's just another shot. It's like a cover drive now for him. I mean, to be able to pull that out at will is a phenomenal shot, and that's why it's so good batting with him. That the bowlers are constantly under so much pressure bowling to him that you always feel like you're starting to get on top. And if you can build a partnership with him at the top, I mean, that goes a long way to helping the middle order out and giving them a real platform to launch at the end of the innings.
Does that put you under pressure to take a single quickly and get him on strike?
Sometimes. I mean, if different bowlers match up well to different batters, might be someone I feel comfortable facing, so he'll do the same thing. So, I mean, it's just one of those things that you tend to know. Yeah, and it's not something that you have to really talk about. It's not out in the middle. It's already done. That kind of planning's done beforehand. So we'll have to wait and see how we go.
Who hits the ball further, Aaron? You or David?
Shane Watson. He hits it a lot further than anyone. And like I said, I'm not trying to compete with him how far to hit it either. And Davey might at different times, but they've both got me covered by a long way.
And like you told about learning a lot from Sehwag and Mahela. Like anything that Sehwag specifically told you during your stint with Delhi Dating?
Try and hit them as far as you can. I think the important thing in 2020 cricket, and especially in the subcontinent, is the new ball's a time that you can try and really cash in. I mean, there's only 2 fielders out. The ball's at its best for batting. I mean, if you bowl well, you can really exploit the new ball. But I think at times that's an opportunity to get ahead of the game, and that's really the message that he sent in the past. And we see how he bats against a new ball in Test cricket when he's played. And I think Davey Warner having 4 years with him has helped his game a lot as well. So it's just about playing your natural game though, and not going too far away from that. I think you see the guys who are successful in 2020 cricket are also guys who are successful in one-day cricket and Test cricket as well. I mean, they know their game so well, and they don't go too far out of that. I mean, you have to take a few more risks, obviously, but it's not so important that you have to try new things for the sake of doing it. I mean, Warner, Sehwag, Watson, Gale, these guys are successful in all forms of the game. So I think it just goes to show that you just have to play good shots.
So what has he done extra that that has made him even more dangerous player in the last 6 months?
Warner? Like I touched on before, I think that his total game now is very complete. His defence is very tight. He knows when to turn up the heat, I suppose, on the opposition, and sometimes that's from ball one in Test cricket, and 2020 cricket it's obviously from ball one. But I think that's been his biggest challenge, biggest change in his game, is the way that he continually challenges the bowlers and makes them feel under pressure so often that he forces them into making mistakes.